Hello, everyone, and welcome to our podcast. Today, we're talking about something incredibly important for anyone starting a new language journey: the role of A1 level communication in learning a language. For those who don't know, A1 is the first level on the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, or CEFR, which categorizes language skills into different levels from A1 to C2. A1 is the beginning level, where learners start to build their foundation in the language. But even though it's considered basic, this level is more crucial than it might seem. Let's dive in and explore why A1 level communication matters so much. Understanding the A1 level. First, let's talk about what it means to be at the A1 level. At this level, learners can understand and use familiar everyday expressions and basic phrases. They can introduce themselves and others and can ask and answer simple questions about personal details, like where they live, people they know, and things they have. In other words, A1 communication focuses on the basics, helping learners make those first, essential steps in language. At this level, learners can usually follow slow, clear speech, and they often rely on repetition and context to understand what's being said. The aim is not perfect fluency, but rather getting familiar with the language's structure, rhythm, and flow. And while this might sound simple, it's a vital part of building a strong language foundation. Why A1 communication is important. So, why is A1 communication so essential? For starters, it provides the basics of language that learners will build upon at higher levels. Just like constructing a building, if the foundation isn't solid, it's going to be difficult to go higher. A1 communication introduces learners to the most common words, phrases, and sentence structures they'll need to navigate everyday conversations. Getting comfortable with these basics allows learners to start participating in real-life interactions, even in a limited way. Additionally, at the A1 level, learners start to develop confidence. Many people feel nervous when speaking a new language, and this can lead to hesitation and self-doubt. But learning to communicate in simple sentences about familiar topics can boost confidence significantly. When learners see that they can use the language to get their point across, it builds motivation and encourages them to keep going. Practical applications of A1 communication. Another reason why A1 communication is so important is that it's incredibly practical. At the A1 level, learners can handle essential, everyday situations. Imagine you're traveling to a country where you don't speak the language fluently. With A1 skills, you can navigate public transportation, order food at a restaurant, and ask for basic directions. These might seem like small achievements, but they can make a huge difference in real-life situations. A1 communication can also be helpful in professional settings. For instance, if you work in an international environment, even basic phrases can help you connect with colleagues from other countries. Simple greetings and small talk can go a long way in making people feel comfortable, and it shows that you're making an effort to connect. The role of A1 in language acquisition. A1 level communication is also essential for understanding how languages work in general. At this level, learners begin to understand grammar, pronunciation, and vocabulary, which form the backbone of any language. They might start by learning the present tense and simple sentence structures, which will be expanded upon as they progress. Mastering A1 communication also allows learners to create mental patterns that help with language acquisition. For example, they'll start to recognize common sentence structures and develop an intuitive sense of how the language functions. These patterns are extremely valuable when moving to the next levels, as they make the learning process more natural and less overwhelming. Motivation and progress at A1. One of the often overlooked benefits of A1 level communication is that it keeps learners motivated. Language learning is a long journey, and reaching milestones, like holding your first conversation, is incredibly rewarding. At the A1 level, these milestones are within reach, and each small success builds excitement and curiosity for what's next. When learners see their progress, they're more likely to stick with the language. For example, saying hello, introducing oneself, or ordering a meal in a foreign language may seem simple, but it's a big accomplishment for beginners. These achievements remind learners of why they wanted to learn the language in the first place and keep them motivated to continue. Overcoming challenges at A1. Of course, learning a new language isn't without its challenges, especially at the A1 level. At this stage, learners might feel frustrated by their limited vocabulary or their inability to express complex ideas. They may also struggle with pronunciation and listening comprehension. However, these challenges are a natural part of the process. One way to overcome these challenges is to embrace mistakes as part of the learning journey. Many people worry about making errors, but at the A1 level, mistakes are expected and can be incredibly helpful. Each error gives insight into areas that need improvement and helps learners refine their understanding of the language. Over time, with practice and patience, these challenges become easier to handle. Tips for improving A1 communication. Now, if you're currently working on your A1 level in a new language, here are a few tips to help you make the most of this stage. Practice regularly. Consistency is key in language learning. Try to practice every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Simple activities like practicing greetings or introducing yourself can make a big difference. Use visual aids. Visuals can help you remember new words and phrases. Use flashcards, charts, or even label objects around your home to reinforce vocabulary. Focus on pronunciation. Even if you're only using basic phrases, try to pronounce them as accurately as possible. Listen to native speakers and mimic their pronunciation. This will pay off as you advance to higher levels. Find a language partner. Practicing with someone who's also learning the language can be motivating. You can support each other and feel more comfortable making mistakes together. Celebrate small wins. Don't underestimate the power of celebrating small accomplishments. Each phrase or sentence you learn is a step closer to fluency. Recognize and appreciate your progress. Conclusion. In summary, A1 level communication might seem simple, but it's a vital part of learning a language. It gives learners the building blocks they need for future progress, builds confidence, and allows them to handle basic interactions in real-life situations. Although there are challenges, the A1 level is where learners gain the foundation to become more proficient in the language. Whether you're just starting out or you're supporting someone who's learning, remember that the A1 level is a milestone worth celebrating. It's the beginning of a journey that will lead to richer, more meaningful communication. So keep practicing, stay motivated, and enjoy each step of the way. Thank you for tuning into today's episode. We hope this discussion about A1 communication has given you some insight into the importance of the basics. Stay curious, keep practicing, and remember, every language journey begins with that very first step. Until next time, happy learning. Bye.